The HOA president didn't just slap me with a $5,000 fine for having an unsightly garden. She went further, secretly poisoned the roses my terminally ill wife adored, schemed to seize my $750,000 inheritance, and even attempted arson to destroy the only place my wife wished to rest. But fate had other plans. When federal archaeologists declared that same patch of soil a protected, historic landmark valued at $500,000, I made sure her entire empire of greed collapsed in flames of her own making. Picture this: my wife, Sarah, frail from cancer, holding my trembling hands in that cold hospital room. The sterile scent of disinfectant couldn't drown out her fear as she whispered her final wish. "Bring grandmother's garden back, Marcus. Mix my ashes into the soil where our family's love always grew." 8 months later, Delilah Thornfield, our sharp-tongued HOA president, stood at my door, tapping her polished nails against the frame. "Dead people don't need gardens, Marcus. Time to sell." She didn't realize Sarah's ashes were already mingled with those sacred roses, nor that her greed was about to cross a federal line. What would you do if someone tried to profit by desecrating your spouse's grave? How far would you go to defend the one person you loved most? My name is Marcus Hartwell. At 52, I thought I understood grief. But when cancer stole Sarah, it left me with a hollow home and a promise I wasn't sure I could honor. Yet Sarah wasn't just my wife, she was sharp, perceptive, and far ahead of everyone else. Even as her body weakened, she spent her final months combing through our property records, uncovering something extraordinary. My grandmother Rosalind hadn't simply left me a house. She'd left a safeguard, a legal snare, worth $750,000. "Marcus," Sarah whispered one afternoon, her frail hands clutching yellowed papers. Her fading perfume lingered beneath the clinical scent of medical equipment. "Your grandmother planned for this. The garden isn't just symbolic, it's tied to a trust fund. $750,000, but only if the garden stays intact as a living memorial." Sarah was right. My grandmother knew predators would come, and one of them already had her sights set: Delilah Thornfield. Delilah, who'd smiled sweetly at Sarah's funeral, was already scheming to raise the garden and pocket the land. What I didn't know then was that she had been waiting years for this moment. See, Delilah and Sarah had both lived near my grandmother, but while Sarah had selflessly cared for her in her final days, Delilah saw nothing but dollar signs. When the will named Sarah heir, Delilah's facade cracked. Behind the charm was a ruthless real estate opportunist. Delilah ran more than an HOA. She ran a machine of exploitation. Hidden behind shell corporations and legal smokescreens, she'd been targeting our elderly neighbors one by one.